Enterprise Management 360.
Welcome back to part 2 of our on-the-road episode here at the Call and Contact Center Expo. Today we'll be speaking with Worldline and Business Systems about making the customer experience easier. So let's get over there and have a chat. Hello, and we're here at the Worldline stage. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you wouldn't mind just introducing yourselves to our viewers here.
Hi, I'm Tony Burgess. I run partnerships and alliances for Worldline UK and I.
I'm Nigel Thorley. I'm Head of Strategic Growth for Worldline in the UK and I and Germany.
Excellent. So I want to talk to you guys because you've got a talk coming up later on today.
Absolutely. Yep.
Excited? Nervous?
Excited.
Yeah, excited. That's what we like to hear. So what we're looking at today, so we've got a customer-driven world going on, obviously.
Absolutely.
And what we're looking at is how do we make a personal experience between the agents and also the customers?
So for me, you've mentioned the two most important stakeholders in this. It's absolutely about the customer, but it's also equally about the agent. What you need to do is look at the processes that are driving the outputs of your contact center and make sure that the processes are as straightforward as possible, reviewed from the outside in, not the inside out. So a customer's expectation of how complex a process will be is more important than how difficult or hard a process is internally. So get people together, understand what tools and technology you have, and deliver the most simple, straightforward and predictable customer experience that you can. And as I say, automation can help there, and I'm sure you've got a view on that, Nigel.
Yeah, absolutely. So we look at it in two dimensions, really. If like horizontally, you've got the difference between a very transactional process versus a highly empathetic process. So actually, how do you engage and feel the emotion of the customer? And then vertically, we look at the world from a prescriptive process up to what we consider a personalized process. And if you imagine you're trying to engage with a brand, what's important to you? So if you're ordering a pizza, for example, actually that's a very prescriptive process. There's kind of one way to do it. There's a base, there's a topping, there's a delivery address, and there's a mode of payment. Very, very prescriptive. Quite transactional. You don't need to have a personal relationship with the pizza company particularly. So that we see is right for automation. On the other extreme, perhaps you're in an emergency situation, you're stranded on the side of the motorway, your car broken down. Actually, you want a ton of empathy, and you want to connect to a brand, connect to a person, and at the same time, it's a process that's not prescriptive. It's probably never happened before, so you need to go through a meandering journey to resolution.
Certainly more supportive.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a ton of technology that can help in any situation, to be fair. But as Tony says, it's about looking the outside in and utilising these things intelligently, if you will.
So ultimately, it's all about understanding the customer journey from the customer's viewpoint and getting the balance right between human interaction and the technology.
Sounds perfect. Thanks so much for your insight, guys. I'm looking forward to the talk later on.
We'll see you later. Thank you. Cheers.
And thank you for joining us for another interview here today. We're here at the Business Systems booth, and thank you for joining me here today. If you'd just like to introduce yourself and your job title.
Yeah, good morning. My name's Alex Allen. I'm the back office specialist for Business Systems.
Excellent. So I just want to talk to you quickly about how back office workflows can help with the customer experience.
Sure. Okay, if you look at the historically, a lot of organisations have spent considerable amounts of money improving the front office. And part of the reason for that is the front office is where the majority of the incoming transactions come in from a telephony point of view. So they want to make sure that the customer experience from that point is as good as possible. However, in a lot of organisations, the majority of transactions are actually carried out in the back office. So it's the actual back office that in the main makes sure the customer journey and customer outcomes are correct. So for us it's looking at how do we look at what the back office is doing? How do we improve the overall productivity of the back office? How do we improve the efficiency of the back office? How do we make sure that we're getting reduced operational risk? And where it's relevant, making sure that regulatory compliance is met. So what we do basically is that we take the incoming demand that's coming into an organisation, and increasingly now it's not just coming from contact centre, it's coming from emails, it's coming from SMS, it's coming from web portals. What we do is that we take that demand, we orchestrate it, and then we distribute the work, the demand or the work to the resources in the back office that have the skills to do it.
Right.
So we look at very much at the skills of the individual and we deliver the workload to them. And at the same time, what we're looking at is we're looking at the productivity and the efficiency, not just at an individual level, but also at a team and a departmental level, and providing you as an organisation with the operational insight that allows you to make things better, improve the overall performance of your people and the business itself.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Hello, thank you for joining us. Here we are at the Content Guru stand, and thank you for joining us. If you wouldn't mind introducing yourself to our lovely viewers at home.
Of course, Max. My name's Edward Winfield. I'm the sales director here at Content Guru. We're having a great show. I'm really pleased with it this year. It's vibrant.
Yeah, a lot of people milling about, which is always good. I wanted to ask you how intelligent automation is helping overall with the kind of customer experience.
Yeah, and that's a great topic. I think lots of people, if you're working inside the contact center industry, intelligent automation and artificial intelligence is a bit scary, because people think, oh, this is going to be taking jobs away from me. Actually, when you look at what intelligent automation can do, it takes the boring stuff away from the agent and does it better in an automated fashion. So what you should get is a much higher throughput of workload of routine inquiries, simple to resolve inquiries, customers happy. You can use push notifications with text to knowledge base. You can use natural language processing with a machine agent to interpret and understand what somebody wants to do to a very, very, very high accuracy percentage. And then when the agent is required for the interaction, then you hand that interaction to a human where the quality interaction with the client is. So the agent is happier because they're doing more interesting things. The customer's happier because they're not waiting or having to go through boring and mundane things in a kind of very sequenced and old hat way. And then the organization's more happy because they can actually pay their agents more money and they can actually service customers better. So yeah, it's a real shift in the market of actually people being prepared to do things in a non-human way. Whereas I think it used to freak people out. Go back 5 years.
The bad word around everything that can help you, because it's got negative connotations to it because people don't understand it. But once you, as you say, the more they understand how it can benefit them, they're going to love it, aren't they? So.
Well, and also the analysis you have to do to make these. We think that actually augmented experiences are where the industry is going, and augmented personalized experiences are what we as consumers want. And we're actually, our tolerance level for a non-human interaction, if it's better, is way, way higher, and it's happened really quickly. It's probably happened in less than 2 years. People are more than happy to have a non-human interaction. If it's good, or if it's better, and it's quicker and easier, that's what you will use. So I do think is that we're in a really interesting time in the industry right now.
Make life easier.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks so much, Edward. I really
no problem at all. Thanks very much.
Thank you for joining us here over these great 2 days at the Call and Contact Center Expo. If you're interested in generating leads for your business, you can contact us via the Tell Us Your Audience page, and we'll distribute your content through North America, APAC and Europe, and generate those tasty, tasty SQLs and MQLs right back to you. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and go to em360tech.com.